Are you tired of falling short of your New Year's resolution to get in shape? Let 2008 be the year you get the body you've always dreamed of. Merit Athletic Clubs will guarantee you the results, or they'll give you your money back. Call 1-800-NEW-SHAPE and ask about the results. Guarantee at Merit.
On the radio, he's doing some national radio work. Let's talk a little bit about the Ravens. I know it's a team you've seen, and over the years that the good, the bad, and this year we can call it the ugly. Just sort of give me your thumbnail on what you've seen. Obviously, this year the big issue for the team was injuries, a coaching decision at the end of the year that has changed the landscape of the franchise now. But during the season, obviously, just nothing went right.
Part of it was injuries. Part of it's age. Part of it's a trust issue. And when I say a trust issue, you have familiarity with a group of players, you have familiarity with a group of coaches, and a sense of trust develops between them. And once that sort of starts breaking down, it's hard to reproduce. And you can't always treat players like adults. No matter how veteran they are and how much they've done for you, you've got to sort of, I think at times, treat players like kids. They hate to hear that, but still. They don't want to be treated treat like me like a man. Right. Treat me like a man.
Right.
Well, when you act like one and you produce like one, we'll talk about it. And I still, from my way of thinking, have a hard time dealing with Willett not being the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. He had a lot of people around there's backs through some tough times that it wasn't exactly reciprocated.
Yeah, it didn't look so good down the stretch.
It wasn't exactly reciprocated coming down that stretch this year. And I think it's something he'll remember, but I think it's part of what's sports. Sports is about change. If you don't change with it, if you stick to what used to work, sometimes you pay the price.
Randy, you mentioned something a second ago. We're talking about the players and the injuries and the health of the guys here in Baltimore. Talk about when the end comes for a player. And there's always this discussion about, and I'll use a guy that comes up a lot on this topic, and that's Earl Campbell. Earl woke up one day and said, it left me. Like, I just woke up, and yesterday I could play, and the next day I woke up and I felt like I couldn't anymore. Is that what happens as you, not maybe that quickly, but is that what happens over time? You wake up and you say, I'm not feeling it like I used to feel it.
Yeah. I started thinking about retiring the week of practice before the NFC Championship game in '88, and I remember standing on the field, and we shut the Bears out that day at Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing on the field, I'm freezing my tail off, but we're having a great game. And I said, you know what? This might be the last time I ever play on the road and all that. We're going to the Super Bowl. That's cool. But I was done, and I announced my retirement 2 weeks later at the Super Bowl, and went out with a Super Bowl win. So I was really kind of lucky. But that's how it hits you. That's how it should hit you. But most players, you have to make that decision for them. You have to determine for them. And you hate to see it as fans. I hate to, Joe didn't finish as a Niner, Ronnie didn't finish as a Niner, Roger didn't finish. But the cold hard reality is players never figure it out in time. The Earl Campbells are highly unusual. Tiki Barbers.
Barry Sanders, I still don't know what happened to Barry. Where is Barry, by the way? Anybody seen Barry? Where'd he go?
Those guys are highly unusual. That just pull the chute and say, oh, that's not my work here. Because once that passion leaves you, once you think about it, you should be retired.
Well, and maybe